Subscribe to Rajshri Food and click on the bell icon for more updates.
Pyaj ki Kachori possibly is one of the most amazing street foods of Rajasthan. But you do not have to travel to Rajasthan all the way. Let's recreate the Pyaj ki Kachori in our own home kitchens. Hey guys, this is Varun Inamdar and welcome to Rajshri Food. Let's begin. Well, Pyaj ki Kachori is a recipe that I've picked up from a Halwai in Jaipur. Let's see how he made it. Let's heat a wok on high flame or a kadai. And to this, I'm adding in Emami, healthy and tasty, refined soybean oil. Allow this to heat on high flame. Once the oil heats up, I'm going to add in sliced red onions. Allow this to saute on high flame. Once the onions turn golden brown in color, I'm adding in just a teaspoon of water. This will control the cooking process and ensure that the onions become soft and golden brown. Mix this well. And at this stage, I'm going to add in potatoes. Well, these are boiled and peeled potatoes. Though this is a Pyaj ki Kachori, which literally means an onion kachori, potatoes also play an important role. Mix this well. And at this stage, I'm going to start adding in a few more ingredients. The first one is bay leaf. I'm just going to tear it into 2 to 3 pieces and we'll remove it later. Along with this, Fennel Seeds, some green chilies as per the spice that you desire, onion seeds or kalonji or Nigella seeds. I'm following this up with gram flour or besan, red chili powder, followed by Garam Masala powder, coriander powder, and finally salt as required. Mix this well and allow this to cook on low to medium flame for somewhere around 3 to 4 minutes. The stuffing is cooked and ready. Turn the flame off and allow this to cool down completely. The next step is beginning with the outer coating of the kachori. For the outer casing of the kachori, we of course need refined flour. And to this, we need to create a shortening. For this, I'm using melted ghee. To this, let's add in salt as required and run our fingers lightly to make a breadcrumb-like texture. Once the mixture becomes like breadcrumbs, something like this, you need to take a little more of the mixture and kind of clump it together. The moment it holds shape, your mixture is ready to move on to the next step. The next step is adding in just a touch of baking powder. After this, you need to mix all of this well, add water, and knead this into a soft and pliable dough. Once all of this comes together, you need to transfer this on a working table or a tabletop and knead this further for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Let's bring all of this together, transfer in a bowl, cover this and place under a damp cloth and allow it to rest for at least 10 minutes. The kachori dough has rested well. The mixture or the stuffing has also cooled well. Let's discard the bay leaves. And the next step is to begin with making the Pyaj ki Kachori. For this, I'm going to punch in lemon-sized balls of the dough. Let's begin with the step of patting this and rolling this into a thick chapati. Once this is somewhere around 3 to 4 inches in diameter, and scoop in a tablespoonful of the filling. Place this right in the center. Try to cover this from all the sides exactly the way you would do for a kulcha or a paratha. Seal this well and pat it again. The next step is to roll it nice and thick, just like this. This is again somewhere around 3.5 to 4 inches in diameter, and you keep this aside. Similarly, let's start making the other Pyaj ki Kachoris. With this, our Pyaj ki Kachori is shaped and ready. Let's move on to the next and the most critical step, and that is deep frying. Well, deep frying is an absolutely important cooking technique in Indian food, and it's always important to use an oil which is neutral in flavor. This is the reason why I'm using Emami Healthy and Tasty refined soybean oil for various reasons. One, because it's neutral in taste, it's absolutely pure, and because it passes 102 stringent quality checks, it's a guarantee that ensures purity. We need to begin frying these kachoris in moderately hot oil. For that, let's start releasing these kachoris. I'm not going to overcrowd the oil because this is now going to slightly puff up and it's going to get difficult to handle it later. So go slow, and you may have to fry this in several batches. Our Pyaj ki Kachori, the first batch, is fried and ready. Let's transfer these on an absorbent kitchen paper. And in the interim, let's start frying the next batch. With this, our last and final batch of Pyaj ki Kachori is fried and ready. There's a big queue outside every kachori shop all across Jaipur, but you and your family can now give that queue a skip and try this recipe in your own home kitchens. On that note, do not forget to like and share the video and subscribe to Rajshri Food. Beautiful लग रहा है ना एकदम.